Greasy my hair is. Hey, babe, want to join me? Okay, there's no one watching yet anyway. So, Mayan Buntag. Welcome to my Filipino adventure live from beautiful Siquijor. We're in San Juan at the Fig Scenic Views Hotel, and I'll give you a peek of what's going on there. Oh, nobody's watching. I'll wait. And it's been a rainy time here in the Philippines. It rained most yesterday, but we did get to go out and do some snorkeling. And I'm not sure if it's still there, but no, it's probably gone now. I got attacked by a jellyfish. My first jellyfish attack. I survived. It was harrowing. No, it was actually quite painful. I don't recommend it. All right, we got just one person watching now. Let's wait till we get some more people in here, and then we'll get the show rolling. So don't go anywhere. Oh, he left. They left.
Hmm? Hello.
Pull up a chair, babe.
My glasses is foggy.
Yeah, well, it's a muggy day. Let's show everybody where we're at here. There's our infinity pool in the ocean. And there's the clubhouse and where we have breakfast. Sorry about the rockiness here. And this is our room here in Siquijor. So we've got, another day here? Tomorrow we check out. We'll go back to Dumaguete.
Yeah. And maybe we're gonna stay for a couple days in Dumaguete and headed to Manila.
Yeah, back to Manila, and then it's time to go back home. So this trip went by pretty quick. And as you know, the reason that we came here was to get he and his daughter, and it didn't work out. So this wasn't the trip we had planned. This was a last-minute trip because they gave us her embassy interview date, so we kind of rushed together to put this trip together. I'm just pulling off the chair, man. And so, like I said, this wasn't the trip we planned. So she had been here for
Month.
Yeah, she'd been here for a month before I showed up, trying to take care of all that. And so I've only been here for 3 weeks. So I think over 2 weeks now I've been here.
Yeah.
So it's already time to get back going home.
Nah, I don't feel like going back home, but
Yeah, do I? I don't have to go back home.
I should have.
I mean, my guys are working fine.
I should have to.
She's got to go back to work, though. She spent all of her money. She spent all of her money, and now she's got to make up some more money back in America.
And I should have to because I'm still waiting for my 10 years green card too. And anytime they're gonna, maybe I do have an interview again, or yeah.
Yeah. Well, wait now. So you went through your removal of conditions, but
Yeah.
they just kind of postponed it, or what?
No, I don't know. A lot of people now that they did not receive their 10 years green card. So
No. Removal of conditions.
Yeah, removal of condition. That's the 10 years green card.
Oh, okay.
So
We just got a thing in the mail because we sent in all the paperwork after 2 years, and then you have to go in for another interview, and then they remove the conditions, and you're a permanent resident for 10 years.
yeah, but some of them, they like Marisol. She did not went for interview. She just received her 10
Okay.
years green card.
Well,
but
what we got in the mail was an extension
extension
because of
only,
COVID. So they
Yeah.
extended it, for another 12 months?
24 months.
Oh, another 2 years. So we'll see how that works out. Who's this here? Ken, hey, how you doing, Ken Unger? He's
Hi, Ken.
he's part of Ken and
Ken,
Maureen.
Maureen, Ken, and Michelle. Maureen.
Well, he's got 2 wives? Maureen, Ken,
No,
and Michelle.
it's Maureen.
Oh, he's a long-time viewer of our channel.
Yeah.
For the people who are new here watching, we used to have a pretty active channel. I think probably started 2019, somewhere like that, 2018. And if you look back at our channel, we have probably 275 videos up. And it covered my trips here with Ina, or my trips here before Ina came to America, then all the process of getting our paperwork together to bring K1 visa, to bring Ina here to America. And then when I brought Ina here to America, we filmed a lot of that stuff. And then, I don't know, the views started going way down because we weren't in the Philippines. And I understand that most of my viewers want to learn and be in the Philippines. And it was just us in America. So we just kind of put the channel on hold. I did. And I put it on hold for so long that they demonetized me. And they were going to take my channel away. And there was never my intention. It's just to completely quit. I just was waiting for things to happen before. Because I just don't want to make boring content of this is us walking to the store. And this is, I wanted to try to make some content that people would want to see. And my followers want to see stuff about the Philippines. Now, Ina's got her channel. And they keep on saying I should put it in my description. And I will, I promise. I'm just on vacation. I'm doing everything from my phone. But she's got a channel. It's good for Filipinas who want to know what it's like living in America. Because here is a Filipina living in America, living the American dreams. And what is the name of your channel again, babe?
Ina Clark. Just type Ina Clark.
Ina Clark. So simple. Ina Clark.
Ina Clark.
YNACLARK.
I just added like Ina Clark living the American dreams.
So there's no real topic here, but I've been wanting to make a video about this, and maybe this will be the chance. I'll just make the video live. And I just see a lot of videos of people living here in the Philippines and talking about how bad it is in America. Well, you don't live in America. You're just hearing hearsay from other people. So, and that's cool. I mean, that's how you get your information. But we live in America, and it is. We're going through a difficult period, but it's not like America's falling to pieces. It's like if your life in America is say 100%, it's affected like maybe 2%. So you're living 98% of what you used to live. It's just inflation. Besides inflation, there's nothing. America's not falling apart. Every generation, from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, it's like, oh, this country's going to pot. Oh, it's falling apart. They've been saying it for decades, and this is no different. We are a little bit more divided politically, and I think that drives the narrative. So if you're on this side, it's their fault, and everything's 10 times worse than it really is to help to strengthen their side, and the other side does exactly the same thing. So we're so divided politically that we tend to exaggerate everything to give us, the higher ground to say, well, things suck so bad because of them. And then they'll say, no, things suck so bad from them. Matter of fact, they suck so bad, this is happening. And they say, well, this is happening. But the honest truth about it is everything's the same. I will say, gas prices are high. That does put a sting in the pocketbooks. But I don't think it is the left or the right's fault. If you look at Exxon's quarterly earnings, well, I forget. I'm going to put some numbers out, but I might be off. But it's something like it was $2.6 billion in profit a couple quarters ago, and now it's at $9 billion. So who's really to blame here? See, I think that we get distracted. We get distracted by fighting with each other, and then the corporations are coming in and taking advantage of that and raising the prices. They don't suffer during these up in inflation and upticks. We suffer. They profit. I know Tyson Chicken said that because of the supply chain and the rise in labor costs, unfortunately, we have to raise the price of our product. And then Tyson just posted the highest earnings they ever had in the history of Tyson Chicken in profits. Well, we're suffering. We're paying more money for that chicken, but yet you're making more money than you ever have. So who's really to blame? It's the corporations. It's greed. Oh,
Hello, Andy.
yeah. I just, for those who follow the channel, I just posted a video of Ina's sister, Sheila, is constructing a new house for the family. And none too soon because her family home is really falling apart. They really need a new home. And so Sheila, working on the cruise ships, makes pretty good money. I mean, comparatively, and not great money, but for Philippines, very good money. And she's been building that house for herself, and we've been pitching in too. I think we paid for the roof, and so
And
I'm
for the
sure
second,
that I'm sure we're not done pitching in. We'll probably help with the windows and
I
stuff like
help
that.
her. Yeah, we help her to build the second story
Yeah.
and some roof.
Oh, that's right.
You
The
know,
second story we helped
yeah,
build. Yeah. So
the
we've been
second
pitching in,
story.
and not a lot. You know, we might $1,000 here, $500 there. It doesn't really add up to too much. But since it's for the whole family, it's such a big house. I don't I don't mind at all helping out. And
Yeah,
mostly it's Ina. Ina's doing it herself. She's making pretty good money at her new job.
which
So
is I am so glad.
yeah, now, a lot of people um, say, you get a Filipino then wife, and you have to keep on sending money every month home to the family, and there's a lot of arguments about that. And we found that she gets a job, she can send all the money. And
Yeah.
I mean, I lived in my house before she came along, so it's not like there's a huge increase of output of cash because she lives there. My bills and everything are only a little bit higher, so I don't need much of her money. She pitches in for groceries and pays some bills. I don't need much of her money to survive, so she can spend her money to help the family, and I don't have to dip into my savings, and everyone's happy. So that's a good compromise for people thinking about bringing a Filipino over. All right, well, let's get some questions going here. I know we only have 14
And
people, but oh, did I want to finish up with what I was saying about America? I don't want to. Yeah, there was one guy. It wasn't the guy's channel, but he had a guest on, and he was saying that um, the Walmart is. Yeah, this is live. Who is that?
Dana Jones.
This is live, happening right now in the Philippines. He said like this: you go into Walmart and the shelves are empty. Which Walmart are you shopping at? When we go to Walmart, are the shelves empty?
No.
Yeah, but they're full. You can get anything you want. There is, she likes these biscuits. Remember the Pop and Fresh? The tubes, you pop them and they burst open and you get the
I was
biscuits
so
in.
surprised at this.
Oh, she loves those biscuits. And we went to Aldi, and for a couple weeks, they were out of them. Oh, the end of the world. We were out of Pop and Fresh biscuits. So, besides that, the rest of the shelves were full. And there might have been two or three other things that they were out of. But did it affect our quality of life? Not at all. So, we're going through a rough transition in America, but it's not the end of the world. And what else he says? Oh yeah, mothers are stealing gallons of milk. I'm sure poor people have been stealing gallons of milk for centuries. It's no different than it is now. So
Okay, from Andy, do you guys feel like being out there should be permanent as of yet? Seems like paradise. Oh, talking of
oh
permanent.
well, okay, all right. We'll talk about this now. The plan was always to retire here in the Philippines. Okay, she would have been happy at the beginning, not even to come to America. She would have been happy, just as happy if I just moved to the Philippines and stayed with her. But I said, no, I've got to be, I got 5 more years, 6 more years of working left. So why don't you come to the United States? Well, she's been in the United States 3 years. She comes over before me to the Philippines to take care of some business. And oh my God, it's so hot. And oh my God, this place is dirty. And this is not the Philippines,
Sorry,
but
guys.
she's
I
like
am not
a spoiled
speaking-
American now. She's westernized,
No,
as you say.
No, I
Yes.
don't say that, honey. I'm rushing
It's not bad. It's just that she says she doesn't want to live here in the Philippines. She'd rather live in America now. And I'm like, oh, wait. What do we do now? Because
To be honest, sorry, I cut you off.
Go ahead.
Cut you
No, no,
off. To be
no.
honest, guys, I was working always working in abroad, and I used to eat the weather, and there's an aircon because I'm always staying outside the country. So now that I was again staying outside the Philippines, which is in Michigan, which is colder, and
In the winter. Yeah.
when I came home here last month, it was really hot, guys. Like I just finished
It is summer.
shower.
It's summer in the Philippines. It's the hottest time.
Like every day, I don't know. Maybe I'm used to it with the weather, and I was just finished shower and I'm sweating again. I said
Yeah.
I can't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I'm acclimating the weather in Michigan.
But I think it would be no time at all to like when I. It's always like this when you first get to the Philippines. It's unbelievably hot here, especially if you're coming in summertime, and whew, it's miserable sometimes. You sweat in the shower. You're sweating.
Yeah,
But I think we've been here for a couple weeks. I'm still sweating. It's still kind of miserable, but I think I'm getting used to it. So you acclimate to it.
and Andy said Walmart is fully stocked usually, and I think the deep south states might be empty due to their being impacted more to
Mother
Mother
Nature.
Nature than other states. From David, hi guys, how are you enjoying the Philippines? We'll be there next year.
Yeah, don't come
Wow.
on over because we've noticed some things since we've been here, especially no, I guess everywhere. But now that we're in Siquijor, which is a smaller, more rural type of place, lots of mom and pop places, that yeah, they were suffering from COVID. Not so much Odette, the typhoon, but COVID really crushed these people.
Yeah.
Now, this guy we met at this really cool little backpackers hostel type of lodge. It's just a few blocks away. We ate dinner there last night. We had a massage there. His name is Larry,
Yeah.
and he's a super nice guy. And he bought this little place 3 months before COVID. He, his wife worked at a hotel, and they saved up their money. They bought this place, not a big place, and 3 months into owning it, COVID hit. So now he's back open. Now he says he's full every night, mostly Europeans, because the place is really affordable. And he says there's no money. He says there's a third floor, but it's not finished yet. He says there's no money to fix it up. So yeah, don't be afraid. Come on over here. They're waiting for. They need us to, not us, but all tourism. They need it to get back on their feet. So the sooner you get it over here, the better. Bring a suitcase full of money and you know have a good time.
From Dana Jones, the lady across the street from my mom is Filipino. She just retired from the USA Army, and her hubby are building an Airbnb in Cebu.
There we go.
Wow, that's really a good idea for a business.
Sweating even in the shower. Wow. I live in Florida and cannot imagine a place worse than here with the humidity. Well, I say that because I'll even do that in Michigan. If you like out mowing the lawn on a super hot day, and I got to say, in Michigan right now, it's 92 degrees. It's hotter in Michigan than it will be today in Siquijor. So we get some heat in Michigan. Don't let the northern states fool you. It gets hot. But I've done that in Michigan where I've been mowing the lawn and doing yard work and just sweating bullets. And I go in and take a shower and I'm still sweating in the shower. So, it
Yeah,
happens there
it
too.
happens here.
Did we see our daughter yet? We're trying to go, the one trying to go to Manila. Yeah, she was spent a couple weeks with her in Manila. And what did you do? You took her to St. Luke's?
Yeah, I bring
Tell
her
her the
to.
story, yeah.
So when I arrive, I bring her to St. Luke's and accompany her to St. Luke's to get her medical done. But by the time then, we got a little problem with her medical, and she needs to stay there to finish all
Become planned.
the test.
Yeah.
So that's why I leave her in I left her in Manila just to get tried done all the testing, and today it's her last day to get all the results from her testing.
And she's passed them
Everything.
all, right?
Today we know today.
Okay.
So we know today. So when she passed all the tests and she got the vaccination card, and probably I don't know when can I get the interview schedules. I hope
Yeah.
pretty soon.
Yeah, for those who are new to the channel, the reason we are here is to come get her daughter. She was over 18, so I couldn't petition her.
I do by
Ina
myself.
had to because she was already an adult. If she was under 18, I could petition her as a child of
Yeah.
my wife, and I could petition her. But since he was over 18, Ina had to petition her. And with COVID going on, I think it took us about a year and a half, 2 years.
2 years, 3 years.
And it's just like going through the K-1 visa. There's all the basically the same forms, and it's a lot of hoops, and there's money. And then all of a sudden, on the blue, we say, "Hey, we got an embassy interview for you on May 25th," and we weren't planning to come here till like August
Yeah.
for our trip. And it was like, so we rushed together to get this done. And I knew it was going to take a couple weeks in Manila, so I said, "Why don't you go first? Because I'm not spending 2 or 3 weeks in Manila. It's not my favorite spot." So she came here early to take care of that. She failed her medical exam, so not saying that she can't come to America. She will come to America, but it's just being delayed. So now she's going to have to fly over by herself. We can't keep on coming back to bring her over.
Yeah, but we already bought her ticket back to US.
Oh yeah,
together
reminds
with
me.
us,
Yeah, so
but-
sometime this week I had to call the airline and say, I guess the ticket's good for a year. We'll just have to change the date, which can cost anywhere from $200 to $500. I heard.
we don't know the date yet.
But it's so expensive to fly right now. But it's worth it when you get here. So don't let the prices scare you away. It does cost quite a bit more to travel than
But
it used to.
you really want to come here to visit, just like a month, because it's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's not enough
Yeah.
time.
It's not, and I wish that I had booked longer
Yeah, it's not enough time.
because it's not enough time.
So from David, are you going to see Brian and Marcel?
Not this trip. Not this trip.
We have plans.
I wanted to. I said, well, what could we do now that we're here? Because I knew that we were going to spend some time with your family and dog.
That's true.
And then it left us about 10 days or something just to do whatever we wanted to do because the Manila, her family, and we had 10 days. And we just decided to lay low and just go to Siquijor. So that's the only really vacation part of this trip is this Siquijor trip. The rest of it was more family and embassy stuff.
Yeah.
This is not so much a vacation
And
as it
see
was.
the property that we bought. James Madison, good morning.
Hi James, how you doing? Where's James from? I remember that name, I think.
Oh my God.
But I wouldn't mind though. I think, I'd like to go see Brian. It's been 5 years or 4 years since we saw Brian.
Yeah.
And his farm has changed so much. He had his piggery going and he had chickens. And a little bit of a farm, a little bit. That's all he had. I think he only had about 5,000 subscribers when we first went to meet him. And now, wow, he's been through so many different changes. And now he's got the fish farms and everything. I'd be interested to see how it changes. That's why I like watching his channel, is because everything changes.
From Virginia.
He's from Virginia, so he knows what humidity is. So you guys getting hit with this heat wave too in Virginia?
Good, you made it back to the Philippines.
And I'm just trying to read the bottom one since you made it back to the
Good,
Philippines.
you made it back to the Philippines. Good to see you both. Thank you so much.
Thank you, James. Yeah, and I would like to come at least once a year. She's saying every 3 years because she actually likes her job and it takes her time to save up money.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
She loves saving money.
Like, if I could, I know I could go back to Philippines every year, but I want to save money.
She loves saving money.
I want to save money.
And then she saved up all this money and she spent it all on this trip. She spent a lot of money on this trip. But I when I'm here, you for some reason you get cheap when you get here. You think of all these things you're going to do when you get there. I don't know why I get so cheap. Like 500 pesos for a massage. I mean, $10. I don't really need that. We got a massage last night for 500 pesos each, $10. Now we got a massage in the state. It was only a half hour.
Half hour and half body.
It was $120 for us both, and this was $10 or $20 for an hour.
Yeah,
So
buddy.
don't be like us. Don't be so cheap when you get here. Just everything is so much cheaper here. But I think it changes your mentality. You start getting cheap too.
God bless you too, James. Hello, a stranger in a strange
Hey,
land. Good to
he's
see
been
you
a long
again.
time subscriber.
Yeah.
Good to see. I'm so glad that a lot of the old subscribers are still around and still remember us because we've been gone for so long.
From Andy, well, that's how it goes. You save for a long time to blow it in a few days. That fly that just passed was huge. Um,
It's so muggy. My glasses are steaming up
it's
here.
hot, guys. You know what, Andy? I'm happy to spend money too because I am spending money with my family. I bring them to a resort, and all my sisters and brothers, nephews and nieces. I got a small party for my family. So, you know, I'm happy with that. But I was talking about saving money for our retirement.
Yeah, saving money too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm self-employed and like an idiot, I didn't put in uh, extra money into my Social Security, and I didn't start I went through divorce in 2012. It wiped me out to zero between us splitting everything up. I walked away with just enough money to buy that little house that we live in, and so I don't really have, you know, a retirement plan. That's why I want to live here in the Philippines. I'm only going to get a small amount for my Social Security, probably like less than half or maybe even a third of what most people are getting. I think right now it's like under $700 a month that I'll be getting if I retire at 62. So I need to supplement that because I don't want to be one of these broke expats living here.
Yeah.
The house is paid for, and I could rent that house in Michigan for probably $1,500 to $1,600 a month. And after I, set money aside, I could probably get $1,000 a month. So we could live here. Anyway,
I do love my job. I do love my job as of now. Everybody there, the people is nice and they pay me nice too. So
yeah. So
I really
somebody's,
love it.
yeah, stranger, go early for cheaper massages, and um, yeah, but still, 500 pesos for that for an hour. Oh, I almost
Mm-hmm.
fell asleep.
It's
Oh,
so
it
nice.
could have. The only plus would, but it could have been in an air conditioned room because it was just out in the open. But still, it was fantastic. I'm thinking about getting one more before I leave. James says he watches both of our channels.
Thank you so much, James. I
Yeah,
know.
Ina puts
Yeah.
out content quite a bit. She just still has to find her audience, I think. So she just needs a boost. And I think when people start seeing, mostly I said, I think it's geared towards the Filipina audience who would like to see what it's like living in America. But that's not limited to. That's just around 100 all last week. It's supposed to be 100 this week too. In so MO is
What?
Missouri, right?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I don't know. It's always weird that it's a O. Yeah. Well, you know what? Missouri is like the Philippines anyway, right? From what I hear, like it's really hot and humid in Missouri. So 100 with your humidity, I think I'd rather be here than in Missouri. I was finding great deals almost everywhere. I was in the Philippines. Oh, you find the best deals are in the morning. I bet that's true. I bet that's true. Yeah, start a Roth IRA now. Yeah, I've got some money in some stocks, and then she can open a 401k where she works. She wants to do that. Even if we do retire in 5 years, she'll make a little bit of money
From
from the
401k.
401k. Yeah, I think they'll only match up to what
6%.
3%.
6%, the max out.
You can put in 6%, but they will match only what it was a 1.5%, or it was something small, but it's better than nothing, huh? Yeah, rent out your home or sell it. Yeah, if we sell it, well, I think what I do is rent it for the first couple of years in case something happens. Let's say if I have medical problems down the road, and it'd be better to live in America. At least I have a house, and the way prices are going, they're only going up. I'm sure the bubble will burst, but as they do burst, they always go back up again. So who knows in 5 years what that house will be worth?
7,000 a year you can put in, and it's tax
It's
free
free.
when you start taking payments. The Roth IRA.
Yeah. Now the Roth, you pay taxes. You pay into a Roth after taxes, and standard IRA, you can deduct that $7,000 off of your income. But you have to pay taxes when you take it out. In the Roth, you don't have to pay. Is that true? You don't have to. I need a financial advisor. I'm good with business, like how to run a business and how to optimize a business. But when it comes to investing stuff, I'm not that learned. We met a friend who was actually a subscriber to our channel, Brad Simpson, and his wife, Jovi Lynn. They were followers of ours on our channel, and they happen to live not too far from us. Turns out they got married in the same spot that we did because they saw one of our videos. And he's 55 and he's retired. He just retired at 55. And he showed, I'm not going to say how much he had, but he showed me his investment account. And he was smart, very, very smart since he was a kid. Since he was in his 20s, he's been saving. And now he's 55 and he can retire. I was never that smart. You can easily out there for, that's $500 a month, $700 a month is a splurge. That's Filipino style. I think it ranges, right? I see people who spend $1,500, $1,600 a month, and then I see people. One guy we were just watching, he gets $800 a month. So it depends on how you want to live. How do you want to live? Well, keep it up, I guess. You can keep working and save.
Can keep working.
Oh, Ina can keep working and save it for retirement, and you can too. Can split every month. Keep things even. Mr. Ed Jones helps my dummy self. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. You know what that means? Yeah, so it's up in the air. It's still, I think, our tentative plan is to retire here. We'll see how big the fights get when it gets close. Time gets closer to retirement. I said, you know what? You stay in the house in America, send money to me, and I'll live over here. But you have to support me. And she said, no, not going to happen.
Well, Bob Brown said, when the cat is awake, the mouse will play.
And she said,
so I'm going to catch this mouse.
I'm going to catch this mouse, she said. If you didn't watch my long, weird video with Bud Brown, it wasn't like I said, it was just a conversation with Bud Brown. What a great guy. I love Bud Brown. Such a great guy. So we haven't seen anyone. There is foreigners here, not as many. Of course, Dumaghetti's full of them. In here, we've seen quite a few foreigners in Siquijor, but they're starting to come in. They're starting in, the people who own the hotels and stuff saying, yeah, they're starting to come on over now. So if you want to come to the Philippines, they just dropped a bunch of requirements. So I think it's just the vaccination and the One Health Pass. Come on over. They need our support, but they need the tourism dollars to get back on their feet. And so don't be afraid to come on over. You pay a little bit extra for your flight, but everything else seems to be pretty much the same price.
And soon the stock market will crash, and you will have a good opportunity to get some good stocks with this historical bounce back that happens every time the market.
And they're saying that it's headed for a big one. And here's my problem: is I'm already down in my stock market. I have no more money to buy anything. I guess I do, but it seems like every time I buy something, the market goes down. So I think we're down 20% right now, waiting for it to bounce back. If preferably, I should take some money out and buy some stuff after it hits bottom. But who knows where bottom is?
So Mr. Ed Jones is Edward Jones Investment CEO.
Edward Jones Investments CO. Okay. Oh, is that like, see, that tells you how much I know about investments. Is this like a popular firm or something, or is this a person? If you have a Roth IRA for 5 years, and I believe are at least 58 years old, no taxes on the money you take out. That's the good thing about a Roth.
That one of the person who's working in my company, that's what she said. When if you're gonna take out your money, that you are
Yeah, but if you get
age like that, so you don't need to pay for taxes. That's
but
what
if
she
you have
said.
a regular IRA, like a 401k, that's not the Roth, you get the deduction up front off your yearly income, so you don't have to pay taxes. I mean, you take it off your income, but you have to pay taxes on it on all that money you made.
Yeah.
So you go to withdraw, then they hit you with tax. But the Roth, you don't have to pay
But
tax.
she advised me if I want to do that, just better get the no taxes. That's what she said. Pray you have a good time there and safe trip back. Have to go now. Thank you so much,
Thanks, James. Thanks for all the support. What's Andy saying?
And have a wonderful evening.
I have to rest at the
At
moment.
the moment.
Okay, well, nice. Thanks for stopping by, Andy. Always good to see you. And one more thing. How do you see the rental market out there? I'm not sure because we haven't priced anything. Are you talking about rental homes? There's probably better channels for that. People who live here. We haven't really inquired about any rental homes at the moment. I told Ina, I said instead of she wants to buy land, build a house, and have it all paid for by the time we get here, so that we don't have to pay anything. But I said, what if we don't really enjoy the area as much as we thought we did? So maybe we should just rent until we find that perfect spot where we want to retire. So we haven't decided what to do. But when it comes to rental prices, I am not sure. Did you buy your home? Oh, wait. Okay, one thing. Okay, Andy says, did you buy that home of yours for a 50K as well? Yeah, well, I don't know if we talk prices too much, but I don't care. 2012 was the very bottom of the recession of the market, and it started coming back up. So I tell people I bought the last cheap house. So I think we paid, I paid $57,500 for that house in 2012. And I think it's up to 240 or something now. It was a real mess. I had to fix it all out, but yeah, so I paid. Okay, so that's a firm. All right, I'm getting backed up. How do you see? Okay, so yeah, that's why I bought the house for under 60 in 2012. I just started mine last year. I'll be 52 years, so I have 10 years left to get Social Security. I have 7,000 put in every year. I will have 84K. Good. I've got 5 years, so if I put, I can put $35,000 into it, and I'm sure I'm not going to make that much interest in 5 years, but maybe a few grand because it's pre-tax contributions, right? Oh, stranger science. He knows his stuff. Correct. Both have advantages,
maybe
right?
we should try it, honey.
Looking great here in Kentucky. Who is this? Oh, David. How you doing, David? Is it cool down now? Because I just checked the phone. I think it was cool today, and then in Michigan anyway. Then just brutal for the next couple of days. But it looks like by the time we get back, it's going to be cool again. And please be cool when I get back. Okay, Sam Black. I haven't seen Sam in a long time. Hello, Mike and Ina. How are you? We're Mabuti.
Hey, what's up, Sam?
I'd rent first for sure. Yeah,
Make a left. Shout out to Hieronima.
Stranger in a Strange Land. He gets me.
Yeah, that's true.
Shout out to
Hieronima.
Who's
Yeah,
Hieronima?
she's been texting to me. His girlfriend from Bohol.
Okay, what's Andy saying? It's just too small. I think it would be better and safer to rent a condo out there than to build a home in a new area, since most of the new homes need bars in the windows because locals like to inspect your home. Anyway. Went away, right? Well, the other thing too, and I think this is a safe bet, is just there's those condos in Dumaguete. There's only one condo unit in Dumaguete. It's called Spalacia.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's Fortura. Fortura condo, not Malaysia.
No, Spatia.
It's Fortura, honey.
Okay.
I've seen the sign. It's Fortura.
Anyway, there's one condo unit in Dumaguete, and they're building a new building right now, but they're going for a lot, like 25 square meters for 4 million pesos. But I'm telling you, you can make money off those. Just Airbnb it for $50 a night,
That's right.
and it'll make your payments for you. And then when you're in town, like right now, we could, instead of looking for a hotel to rent, we could just say, well, let's go back to our condo for a couple of days, and then when we leave, rent it out and have one of your cousins take care of it for us. So that's something we've been discussing is as an investment. Just
Okay, have a good night, Andy.
okay. Looking great in Kentucky. How are you? I'd rent first for sure. I miss you both so much. Wow, thank you, Sam. Glad to see you both here.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm sorry we stopped making videos, or at least I did, but there was no real content, and I don't want to just film nothing and hope for views. I don't need it for my income. But I'm going to be honest. The reason I am starting to gear up the channel again is, I'm not an e-beggar, but if there's a little income stream I can make off YouTube by providing good content and entertainment, not asking you people for money just to watch the ads, that's going to help us a lot when we retire. Hey, there's no shame in that. I think it would be safer to rent the condo out there than build. Okay, yeah, we read that one. Yes, it's been a long time to talk to you. Thank you, Sam. From what I've seen in previous videos from vloggers out there. Okay, what did he say? Did I miss what Andy said?
About those windows.
Oh, about the windows. I thought he was talking about the rent. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for watching, Andy. Have a good day. Good night. What time is it? Oh, it is nighttime. It's been a long time. We're in Kentucky, David. I'm in Cincinnati. Okay. There you go. Some friends bonding. Jim in Florida. Just curious. You see many tourists returning there are still slow.
Still a little bit slow.
Yeah, I don't. If I had to guess, I'd say it's definitely on the way up. In Dumaguete, every time I go to like a Gota or something to book a hotel, everything's booked except for like a handful. Mm-hmm. Usually, you could go on there and you just see, this, all these places for. You look at the map on your app. Map of all the hotels available in Dumaguete. It'll be now they're all gray, which means sold out. And there's like 4 that are blue. That means you can rent. So either they limited their capacity and they're only renting half of their rooms, or it's just that busy. Here in San Juan, Siquijor, that place that we were talking about earlier, that little kind of backpackers. It's not a hostel. They got rooms, private rooms with air conditioning and Wi-Fi. But he says he only has 6, maybe 8 rooms, and he said he's full. And every person that came in to that restaurant last night or into that hotel was a foreigner, mostly Europeans. So I think the Europeans are coming here a lot right now, and it's picking up. So it's good for the economy. Thank you for what it takes to get there. Oh, the videos. Yeah, well, I was wrong about those videos. I was wrong. My very first video I made in months. It was all the wrong information, so I apologize for that. I was going by what she had to go through, but now they've loosened up a lot of the regulations. So if you start your channel and work hard and slowly before you out there, that's our plan. Yeah, just make some content here and there, keep building client or building an audience, and by the time we're out there, if a little bit of money trickles in from it, that help pays for rent or help pays for food, no shame in that. I mean, it takes time and a little bit of work to put the videos together, so there's no shame in getting compensation for that. You got to be tricky nowadays because everyone's like, there's all these videos talking about Filipino expat scams and e-beggars, and you get labeled so easy if you're trying to make a couple bucks on your YouTube videos. But I think that's the only reason people have YouTube channels is to make a couple bucks. So there's no shame in that, and people are getting vilified. I'm sure some people deserve it because they're blatantly asking for money. But if you don't like their channel, just don't watch the channel. You know, if they're begging for money, they say, "Well, I don't want to watch them." There's no reason to vilify them and make a channel just about them. I don't know which is worse: making a channel calling out people for e-begging so you can make some money off of YouTube while shaming this guy for making money on YouTube. I don't get the shaming thing anyway. So
Hi sis, kamusta naman? How are you? How are you, my friend Jeronima? Hey, by the way, Sam, when are you come to visit here in Philippines?
yeah, Sam, come on now,
Hi sis.
come to the Philippines. I started a channel when I went to PI, but lost interest because my plan
To go back
every
12 to
20
18 months.
months. I doubt anyone wants to see my boring life here. Hence why we,
Yeah, same with us.
that's a great name. I wish I could buy that name from you. A Stranger in a Strange Land is a great name
Yeah,
for a
great name
channel.
for the channel.
That's a really good name for a channel. Mine gets muddled up with everybody else. My Filipino Adventure, my Filipino Family, there's so many. I should have thought it out better when I made up my channel, but I get lost in the middle. No, what's this? David said, you make money from YouTube and painting is a hobby? No. Gee, I haven't got it.
wish.
Yeah. Eunice had a channel for
Quite
6
some
months.
time.
6 months, and she got her first check for $100. You make peanuts unless you're a big channel, unless you're getting, a lot of views. You're not making.
Yeah, it's okay for me.
Yeah, I
Just
think
like
the most we made is in
fleeting
1
memories.
year. We made maybe $1,000 in 1 year. Because 1 month when Ina first got to America, we got real popular for a sudden. Everybody wanted to see what it was like when Ina first got here, and our views went through the roof. That month we made $600 in YouTube revenue, and then it just dropped right off. And really, lifetime of my channel, I made maybe $1,000 over a couple of years. So,
Yeah.
it's not much money. Painting is my bread and butter. That's how I make a living. I'm
Sis Jeronima, ask Sam Black to come and visit her in Philippines. That's right. Always be happy. A lot of the channels are just making money using these popular channels to make money. They would have zero income if they had to have some creativity on their own. I think that's true. That's true. A lot of channels do that in that way.
Yeah.
No, for me, my reason that I start doing a blog, it's just like I want to show to my family how my life in America, and also creating my memories and saving my memories. That's really my interest when I am starting to do a blog.
But I remember at the beginning, and there's no shame in it, you were looking forward to a little bit of extra income. And even though it didn't come, and you realized early on, unless you went viral on something, you weren't going to make really hardly any money. You kept on doing it because you liked doing it. But I think the beginning push was, I can make a little extra money.
That's right.
She didn't make any money for 6 months,
I
but
didn't
she
make
kept doing it,
100.
because she did like doing it. So
Because I like it. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of channels are making money using these popular channels. Okay, you just read that one. I'd be happy $100 to $150 a month when I move. Yeah. Hey, $100, $150 a month. That's some people's rent.
Yeah, that's true.
That's your
You could rent for that.
because in the Philippines, after your rent and your electric bill, those are your only two really bills.
Yeah,
And then it's food and whatever else. That's all your money after that.
that's true.
So if that paid for your electric bill every month, I'd be happy with that. Yeah.
It helped a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, they crazy GD made guy has one topic, Brian.
Yeah. 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 I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, that's crazy. These why do vloggers fight between themselves?
Yeah, they should be like
Yeah.
that, like helping and lifting each other,
Yeah.
but they're just fighting. I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't want to involve about that.
I seek out other
Agree.
YouTubers to talk to when I'm here. I like to do videos with them.
Mhm.
We just did with Bud, and probably try to meet up with Mark Thornton. Every Man Has a Channel, which I think is a great idea for interviewing expats for your channel. I find it fascinating to watch his videos. If he's got a good guest on, and most of the times, even a boring guest has some insight, things I learned from. So I like watching his channel. So hopefully I'll get on that.
Oh, thank you so much, Sam Black.
Let's say I'm behind here.
And I am very happy that someday you can visit and meet my friend Jeronima.
Stranger in a strange land. He says, "LOL." Aircon money. Yeah.
It's
a real.
What is aircon money?
Well, I said if you make 150 dollars a month, that'll pay for your air conditioning.
That's true.
That's a reality here in the Philippines.
That's true.
That's just like a necessity for us anyway. Yeah. You both helped me so much. Oh, thanks, Sam. That's really nice of you to say. It's an easy way to get views, cause drama. Yeah. And if I don't put, I have to get back and organize myself and put like taglines and all that stuff so I reach a broader audience. But if I don't put Philippines or something like that in my title, my hardly gets any views. So it's all about how you, and I'm not going to do clickbait. I might do once in a while as a joke in the titles, but no clickbait. We know what our channel is. We've been doing it for long enough.
Yeah, but sometimes, you know what? Sometimes, to be honest, I really think that I can do clickbait for my channel. I can do, but I don't like it.
You put your toe in there a few times.
Once in a while, I put just a pictures, one clickbait, but that's not a clickbait because.
But you got bashers for that though too.
But that's not a clickbait because I am
sexy and you
putting
know it.
on my clothes that I bought, but it's not a clickbait, but it's not appropriate. For me, that
he's ready to get these. Okay. Gary says, how much was your round trip flight per person? Now, we did it kind of weird this time around. And I know if you buy one-way ticket and then a one-way ticket, you pay a little bit more. So take that into account, what I'm going to say. So she went first. So I bought her a one-way ticket to Manila. Her being a Filipino, she doesn't need a return ticket. She can get a one-way ticket. As a foreigner, we have to have a return ticket when we come. But I was flying at a later date to meet her there. And then 3 of us was the plan. Me, her, and her daughter were going to fly back together. So I bought a one-way ticket, and I bought 3 return tickets so we could all have the same seats together.
Yeah.
So I know we were going to pay a little bit of a premium for flying one way and then flying one way. You get a little cheaper if you do a round trip. But I figured it out to be roughly around the way we did it, about $2,400 round trip for average per Ina and I, and then for Kate coming by herself was $1,300 one way. So I spent a shitload of money on tickets this trip, more than I ever have. My first trip, round trip, 2017. I drove to Chicago, where it's cheaper to fly out of from Detroit, 5-hour drive, $550 to Cebu and back, round trip, $550. Now I'm paying $2,000 more than that.
How much my ticket?
I think it was. You got a good
900.
deal. You got a good deal going there because we bought yours a little early. I think yours was $1,000 to go there, one way. 980 or something.
Yeah.
Coming back it was $1,300.
Oh.
Me was $1,300, and then $1,300, and then Kate was $1,300. So that's $4,005. Oh, there was my whole $7,000 I could have put in my 401k or my Roth IRA. I just spent on airline tickets. So it was expensive, Gary, but just, the things are cheaper here and it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah, you're right. Even if the interview isn't the most interesting, there is something to be gained, some insight. Yeah. Yeah, and you can tell by the person what kind of interview it's going to be. You said some people on there I totally disagree with. of what you can just tell their onset is. A lot of people don't like America, and they say, "I'm coming here because I don't like America," and that's their prerogative. Okay, Ina Clark. Oh, that's you. Yeah, lots for tickets. Yeah. Heck, from when I am looking around, I check prices not that far off round trip tickets. Yeah, that's a lot. But just check. We used to fly. We'd like to fly to Florida because not because we're wealthy and we take a lot of vacations. It's because I go on Spirit, which is the worst airline in the world. I know, but you can't beat their prices. And we would get tickets for like $60 round trip to Orlando, $120. You can't find those now. Now they're double and even triple that price in the United States. So it's not just overseas international tickets have gone up um,
Yeah.
everywhere.
Coming here to Philippines, it's really worth it, guys. I
Yeah,
know. It's a long way. I mean, it's a long hours sitting in the plane, but it's
it's
really worth
brutal. It's brutal. That flight is brutal. I always forget about it until I'm like 8 hours into the flight. I'm going, oh my God, just shoot me in the head. This is because I can't sleep.
But yeah, he can
And then
sleep.
I'm thinking,
I can
oh, I only
sleep.
got another 8 hours to go.
I
I
can
can
sleep.
do this. And I have no butt. I have no fat on my rear end. So those chairs, after sitting on your butt for 10 hours, you can get up and walk around. But oh my God, I want drugs.
Yeah,
I
me
want
too. I can
drugs.
sleep.
Give me, I don't take drugs. I don't smoke
They just
weed.
like
I barely drink beer. But you give me some, when I'm on that plane, I'll take anything. Give me something. Just make me fall asleep or get numb. It's a painful trip, but I always do it. This is my sixth time over here. I always do it, and I survive. So okay, that's a lot. Yeah, it scares me about the cost. Yeah, his first time was 1,300. And where is Sam Black from? Is he from Cincinnati?
but maybe if you wanna book a ticket like a month or 6 months before you're gonna fly, maybe you could get a cheapest flight, right?
Yeah, I
Like book
think they
earlier.
say 30 days is the window.
Yeah,
Book 30 days out because if you go too close to
on the
that,
spot, like
the prices go up. And if you go too much in
it's
the
really.
future, I think the airlines are trying to protect themselves because they're not sure if prices are going up and down.
Mm,
So if you're out 30 days, it tends to be a little higher. I don't know.
yeah.
There's a million videos up on YouTube how to get the best prices if you're flexible. Google that or do a YouTube search, and I found there's a couple of really good videos about how to find the best price, and I'm going to start doing that. I know people like neighbor. What's her name? Bill's ex girlfriend.
I don't know.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. She would get free. Oh, I did this and this and this, and I got a free hotel room for 2 nights over here, and I did this, cashed in this, and did some survey, and we got a flight to Myrtle Beach for $19. She's really good at that. I've never been good at that stuff. Yeah, I'm not planning moving there because I hate America. I just am looking for a better life. My broke butt retires. This strange land. We're like the same. Yeah, I have nothing against America. I think we are divided as a country, and it's either got to come to a head and explode, or we're gonna mend. Because growing up, if you were Republican or Democrat, when I was a kid, I thought even in high school, because I wasn't political, even in college, I wasn't political. I just thought it was. This is how stupid I was. Oh, it's a Republican's turn. Okay, so he's in office for 8 years. Okay, well, I guess it's a Democrat's turn to become president now. And we didn't.
I'm gonna get the charger. Sorry to interrupt you
I
guys.
think we're going to wrap this up. I didn't see a big difference in the ideologies. There wasn't back then. It just seems like each side has gone farther and farther apart, and it leaves that middle where I think I fall into stretched really thin. There's only a few people. So anyway, I don't hate America. I absolutely love America, and I'm only going to what Stranger said.
I love America because I wanna live there.
She wants to live there. But when I retire, I don't think I could afford the way prices are going in America. I don't think I could. I didn't plan well enough. That's my problem. It's all on me. Why I'm going to move here is because I didn't plan well enough, and I went through a divorce at the wrong time and cleaned me out, and I had to restart when I was 52. I had to restart building my life at 52. So I blame myself. Okay. Yeah, Sam can't sleep on the plane either. Oh, I got my ticket with Asiana Airlines for $9.95 3 months ago. It'll be coming next month. All right. Who's this? Big Dog in the Philippines. All right. And where are you flying out of, Big Dog? Because maybe that has some bearing on the price. Sandbox in Indiana. You're not far from us. Well, if you were like in northern Indiana, because I know I can hit. I forget the name of the town. Not Gary, Indiana, but there's anyway. 3 or 4 hours I can hit Indiana. 90 days is what I have read. When it comes to 2019, I worked out the cheapest air flights I know because I was monitoring. And I think I was going to go back there again, but the Dirty Sea word came along. Oh.
From Gary Lafferty. Bring a K1K to the States Sunday, so today prices that would be 2,600 one way. That's absolutely true.
Bringing, yeah. What, one way for 2 people or one person? I can't see paying $2,600 for one person.
I
One
think that's
way.
for 2 person.
Yeah. I can see $1,300 a person one way to America. Yeah. 90 days. Okay, I missed that one. Okay, so the problem in America is how extreme edges are controlling everything. Most of us left and right aren't so far apart. Yeah, I blame the media too. And I don't say it's fake news, but whatever gets ratings, and that goes for both sides. They seem like they're pushing us farther apart. People is in the simple thing is just research. When somebody says something on Facebook and you say, I don't know if that's right or not, it takes me 3 seconds to Google it. And then I'll go back to that person's page and saying, well, this is totally incorrect, what you just said. Well, I heard it from somebody else. Well, then it's your responsibility before you pass it on. But if it makes your side look better, you automatically want to share it. I don't know. It seems like that's how we're really getting pushed and divided that way. But I found that if I don't, I used to interact a lot on Facebook and start arguments and get in debates because I would just use facts. I said, well, that's not true. Here's the facts. And you can't change people's minds, even with facts. So it's to the point where facts don't even matter anymore. So the problem is America. Okay, yeah. So I have not changed, but I am now considered an extreme far right nut job. Oh, you are? Yeah.
Hi, Sergio.
Oh, he's flying out of LAX. Yeah, LAX because you can fly direct. Now we'll fly from Detroit to LA. That's how I brought her here the first time. The cheapest way was to fly you from Detroit to LAX through Spirit. I booked them separately. It was only like $200, $300. And then from LAX to Manila was $600 and something at that time, one way. So here's and we bought yours early enough. Mine, I waited to the last minute. So LAX is probably one of the best places to fly out of, yeah. Georgie goes, oh, hey, Joe. You don't have to say where you're from. We know where we're from, Joe and Jassy. They're friends of ours. Actually, from this channel, Joe and Jassy watch our channel. And one day, they even stopped in to see us at KFC when she worked there. Because I think originally he's from Grand Rapids, Michigan. So they were driving up and they stopped to see us. It's always great to see viewers, even in the States. We had one couple drive out from Chicago and they brought us Jollibee. Made Ina very happy. Okay. I'd say fake news for sure. The news now is a propaganda, not news. I don't know if it's propaganda. Like I said, I think they just sensationalize it. North of Fort Wayne. That's what I was thinking of saying, is Fort Wayne. We drive right by Fort Wayne every time we go to Chicago, so not too far apart.
Yeah. So when Hernima goes to USA, we could meet Sam Black because
Yeah,
it's just
hey,
close to Michigan, right, honey?
yeah,
It's
he's not
close to
too far.
Michigan.
Yeah, especially if we're ever like driving to Chicago, maybe they can meet us somewhere. Or something.
Oh, then let's go to Chicago to get some Jollibee.
I'm not driving 5 hours for mediocre chicken. I'm sorry. Definitely media and social media is dividing. Yeah, I think the influx of social media has a big effect too. Everyone has an opinion now, and there's so much wrong information. And I think Facebook tried to stop in and moderate and saying, no, this is not true. And then people say, oh, Facebook is left, bunch of lefties, and they're trying to block our free speech. And I don't, maybe they are, I think they were just trying to say, no, that's not true. Research that. So don't believe that because it's not true. You can post it, but we're warning people that that's not true. And then what can you do? I mean, unless you police the social media or the news, which will never happen. So I say, be like us and just research it yourself. It's not. I don't think it's as bad as people think it is. It's just. It's always been like this. Nah, see, that's your bias coming through, stranger in a strange land. He says Facebook only checks conservative posts. I think that's the bias there, or maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe Facebook is a bunch of lefty commies. All right, I'm missing some stuff. Fake news. Hi, Sir Joe. Stranger Shane, definitely media, social media dividing everybody. Just hello, Sam. I just looked at Delta. 30 days from now, 14:45 round trip in the cattle car section of the plane. 14:45. Yeah. Oh, I think we're losing power. Is that what's going on, babe?
No.
It just got real dark.
Oh yeah.
All right,
No.
guys. So that was my plan. Is when the battery runs out, we're gonna wrap up our show, and it looks like the battery's just about to run out. Oh yeah. So if this cuts out before we say our goodbyes, thanks for watching. We got some more videos coming up. If you're new to the channel, go watch some of our older channels. I just put a new channel up this morning, our new video up. Go watch that.
Guys.
And thanks everyone for watching.
I'm so dark now.
Yeah, the laptop's shutting down. I can tell because the screen just got dark, which is a sign. So thanks, Sam and Joe and Jassy and Gary and
David,
stranger in a strange land, and everybody else, Andy, who I know is gone. Everybody else for stopping by and saying hi. And give us a thumbs up.
And Gary Laforte, thank you guys.
We'll try to do another live, maybe back in Dumaguete. So thank you all.
Have a good night.
How do I end this now? Oh, hey, stay classy.
Take care.
Hey, that was fun. We haven't done